Hi again. Good evening.
Why do I always laugh?
I don't know.
Set it off.
Alright, we want to talk about, someone brought to our attention the topic of having a gay child. As far as being a parent and having a gay child, why is it that as a parent you just shun your child because of their sexuality? It really amazes me. Gay suicide rate is unbelievable. Gay teen suicide rate is unbelievable. Usually you go to your family for anything. When you can't go to your family because of just who you have a relationship with, and they have just torn you down because of that, that hurts. And a child doesn't know what to do after that. And it's important for a child to be part of a family, you know, regardless of they're 17 years old, 15 years old, whatever. I mean, if I had children, not saying that I wouldn't, the only reason why I wouldn't want them to be gay is that my concern, if they were gay, is their safety because of just ignorance. But I would not shun them and just cut them off my life forever because of who they're having a relationship. After I've raised them, after we've loved each other, after, you know, I've done everything and we've done everything together as mother and child, there's no way that I would say, peace, I'm done with you, you're going to rot in hell and that's it, and never speak to you again, and you're going to get a disease and that's it. That's ridiculous, and it happens all the time, and it's confusing to me why parents, adults who have, for the most part, logical thinking sometimes, you know, would do that to their own child.
I think it's because they have more feelings towards the fact that their child is gay or bisexual than the fact that that's their child. Like, the feeling lies more with the sexuality than the child, because if it lied with the child, they wouldn't have a second thought about it. Now, I have 2 children, and I would not want my children to be gay for the simple fact that she stated. It's because of other people's ignorance and their safety. But I wouldn't disown my children, and I don't have any problems with homosexuality. It's just, my concern would be safety. But if that's who they wanted to be, then that's who they wanted to be. There's nothing that I could do about it, and there's nothing that I would want to do about it. But just as a parent, there's a safety issue. That's the only reason why I won't want my children to be gay. I think as parents, I think children don't realize a lot of times, and they're not supposed to, that parents have a real demanding job, and it's hard being a parent, and it's hard to accept certain things as parents. A lot of children think, well, so-and-so is doing it, why can't I? Well, you know, I'm not taking this in that context, but just as a parent, it's hard. It's hard to, you know, to be a parent. It's not the easiest thing. It's the hardest thing on the face of this earth. And when you come out of the closet, per se, and you tell your parents that you're gay, a lot of times they are very shocked, they're hurt.
I think they're embarrassed.
They're embarrassed. They don't want other people. I think that's a big... It's about other people. It is. Yeah, they don't want nobody in their business knowing that their child is gay. Oh my God, what people going to think of me? They think I was exposing my kids to things. You know, I think if it was accepted in the world, period, that it really wouldn't be a concern of it.
I think if there was an education as far as just knowing, you know, that gay people just happen to be people, you know, like we discussed in gay marriages video, I think they would learn a lot, that it is nothing different, it's just who you're partnering with, it's nothing else, really. But I think a lot is embarrassment, especially, like, you know, I can't even say especially, but, you know, you have father and son, you know, that's, you know,
I would say especially because men raise their sons to be men. And if a man finds out that his son is gay, you might as well forget about it sometimes. They cannot believe it because they think it's something they did wrong.
Right.
And how dare you. And
I think that would be that someone's looking at them like,
oh, you less than a man.
Exactly, because your son is, you know, gay.
Right. So, it's hard to deal with, and you know, people may not understand that, but it is very hard. But you have to understand that if you're in this type of relationship and you're in this type of lifestyle, that is going to be hard. It never gets easy. It's going to be hard, and you have to understand that. You have to accept that, and you have to move on. Like, to move on with your life.
And that's what I'm saying. I think for children who, I would say children because, you know,
younger people,
you know, it's unfortunate. You know, it's unfortunate if your parents don't accept you, but you do. You have to move on with your life. That's something that they have to deal with. Although you may have had a great relationship with your mother or your father, or whatever family member,
and now you don't.
And now you don't. That's something that they're dealing with inside, you know.
And maybe you should give it a little bit of time. You know, it doesn't come easy.
Right, it's a shock.
So give it a little bit of time and respect that, just like you want them to respect your decision. You know, they may say nasty things. It may be hard, but give it some time. They'll have no choice but to come around if they love you. And they'll come around. But give it time. Just give it time. Don't automatically, you know, it's not easy for everybody. Everybody's not automatically just loving and everything. So just give it some time. It'll happen, but you know, you still have to do you, and you still have to be you. You gotta live for yourself, and you may have to divide the two, because maybe they won't come around, and maybe they will just own you. But you can't let that kill your spirit. You can't let that take your joy.
Right.
You know, you may not have your family cheering behind you, and you know, some people even come to the point where they have to make a decision and say, what do I want more? A relationship with this person in my lifestyle or my family.
Right.
And sometimes, a lot of times, people choose their families because they can't live without their families. They can't be without their families. And then other times, people choose their relationships because they can't be phony and fake. They have to be who they are. So it's an individual decision.
Yeah.
But when it all comes down to it, that other side is going to be calling you. You know what I'm saying? You're going to end up either, hopefully, some people end up, let me start over. Some people end up taking their lives over it, just like she said. They do, because they can't take it. Some people try to convert and go to churches that turn them around, whatever. That's a whole other subject. And then some people try to suppress, but it doesn't work because it's still in your mind. It's still, because it's you.
Right.
It's just like if I try not to be noticed as a black woman, that's impossible. I could change the way I speak. I could change my hair. I can change the way I dress, or whatever, however you think black women should dress. But I'm still black. Like, nothing will change that. I'm still a black woman. So it's the same thing with a gay individual. You can do whatever you want to do. You're still a gay individual, and trying to ignore it will not help. So
let us know what you think, as always.
Right. Do you think that parents are wrong for not accepting children, or do you think they're right? Do you think that they should just own them? Tell us how you feel. Because this is a real sensitive topic.
It's sad. It really
is very sad, because your kids are your kids regardless, and you should love them no matter what. No matter what. And that's just it. There's people that, I'm not going to put these two topics together. That's another topic. But let us know what you think, okay? As always, peace and love. And don't forget to spread love. Later.